Hi, I'm Skip Starr, founder of Refuge City Ministries, here today with Kyle Beichelman, one of the youth from our community center. Kyle's one of the tragic cases, one of the most tragic cases, situations that we have at the center, and as I've watched him, he's a brave young man suffering from some major physical issues. And Kyle, why don't you tell us where you're from?
I'm from Ohio. I was born in Columbus and...
Arch rivals of mine. I'm a Michigan man, he's an Ohio State man, and I still helped him. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I went to high school in Dayton, and I was a semi-professional skateboarder by the age of 14. I had an accident.
That means you were really, really good.
Yeah.
Did a lot of tournaments
and skated with professionals. It had a lot to do with where I was, because there in Ohio, DC and Rob Dyrdek are major players
in the skateboarding world.
Right.
So.
And they're right there, and they gave back and put a $16 million skate park in there in Kettering, Ohio, that was 2 miles away from my house.
All right. So what happened to get you to the situation you're in now?
Well, you always have something happen. So I hit a little rock. Actually, it was all one trick that I had landed 100 times. I went and did it on camera and hit a rock after doing so, and I've paid for it every day for the rest of my life.
So you were showboating for the camera?
Yeah, I was putting together a video.
Right. And what were the extent of your injuries?
I completely dislocated my clavicle bone, and I have nerve damage in my back, and I tore my shoulder, the ligament in my shoulder. I have nerve damage in it as well, and it's just going to get worse. So.
And the bottom line is that you're in excruciating pain all the time.
Yes.
There's no surgery that can be done.
No.
The doctor, you've had some of the most expert doctors look at you. So the only situation, or only cure, it's not really a cure, it's just trying to manage the pain.
Absolutely.
So from 14 until 19, almost 20, you've been living just to manage pain.
Yes, sir.
Is that a everyday battle?
Every minute.
Every minute. So you're in pain all the time.
Yes.
And the doctors in Ohio, what did they give you?
Morphine and oxycodone and Vicodin, and from that age, and I was sick of living that life and being...
But you became hooked on them.
Yeah, being stuck.
Stuck. And so originally you were living with your mom. That was sort of an abusive situation. She was abused alcohol significantly, right? An alcoholic.
Yep.
So what age did your dad come and take you?
At 10.
At 10?
Yep.
And so you were with your dad when you had the accident?
Yes, sir.
And then when did, after the accident, when you got hooked on all the drugs, your dad left you?
Yep. He just couldn't see me strung out like that anymore, and it was, it's affected every relationship and every aspect of my life.
And so at what, 16, 17, you were on your own?
At 17.
17. And what did you do to try to resolve the situation of being hooked on all these powerful drugs?
I moved to Houston, Texas, and I went through a rehabilitation program, and then I actually had to deal with the pain full on, and I had anxiety attacks, and I had insomnia and all different kinds of problems that arose after that without the pain medication.
You became suicidal?
Yeah.
Because of the pain. You just couldn't live with that pain.
Couldn't cope.
And so you on your own, without the help of your father or your mother, made that move to Houston to try to overcome the addiction.
Yeah, I made it to Houston. I paid for the ticket. I showed up at my mother's door and said, "Look, if you don't help me, I'm going to kill myself."
So she helped you get into this program.
Yeah.
And then after the program was over and you were in all this pain, what did you do?
They gave me medication that was to control my anxiety from the pain, and that was also addictive. And I quit that cold turkey, and coming off of that almost killed me. Last year, around this time at Christmas, I went into seizures, and I woke up in the hospital with all of my muscles atrophy, and I couldn't walk. I could barely talk. I had to learn how to walk again.
And so once you overcame that, still in great pain,
I came
came here because marijuana was legal.
here. Yep.
And that was your final hope to try to
Medicate
medicate
naturally.
yourself naturally. And how's that worked?
And it works. It does work. I can't afford enough medical marijuana to control my pain, and the sleep is also another big issue that it doesn't help as much with that the pharmaceuticals did, and I'm just gonna have to use it with combination of massage and acupuncture to get where I
To
need
try
be.
to, yeah. But when you're on the marijuana, you can't work because you're I don't know whether spaced out's the right word, but you're like
Dopey. Nobody wants a dopey-eyed pothead working, you know. I mean,
Right.
that's just
That's true. So as we speak right now, you're in terrible pain, aren't you?
yeah. I'm at about 6.5 out of 10.
And we've recently been to a couple doctors, right? I'm working with you to try to help you resolve this situation in a medical way.
Right.
We've got some challenges ahead of us, but we're working on that. What other ways has Refuge helped you?
It has given me a place to get a meal when I'm hungry and cold, a place to get out of the cold. It gives me a place to get away from just the day-to-day grind on the street and get off of the street for a few hours. And
You were in a tent next to the South Platte for a significant amount of time, weren't you?
yeah,
I visited. Took me to his camp. I visited him. It was sort of peaceful with the river running by and everything. It was sort of nice, but I can't imagine it day in and day out and in freezing rain and snow, and we've helped you get a place to stay that's warm, right?
yeah.
And in addition to that, you've got a chance at a job right now.
Yeah, I do. And hopefully here, getting my pain under control, those are my two biggest priorities, is getting employed and pain under control.
So with that, we want to thank you and